agenda item number 5. Suzanne Baugh, Connie Marshall, Terry Lukens. They're from an organization, Move Bellevue Forward, and I would like to call each of you up together. Thank you very much. You each have 3 minutes.
Thank you. Good afternoon. I am here today to show you that, although it may not seem so, there is a lot of support from the Bellevue community for decisions that you will soon be making regarding Eastlink. My name is Sue Baugh, and I'm the president of Move Bellevue Forward. I am here with former Bellevue mayors Connie Marshall and Terry Lukens. We are part of a new organization called Move Bellevue Forward. We would like to introduce you to Move Bellevue Forward and let you know our thinking regarding important issues affecting the future of Bellevue, and in particular, the construction of light rail. Move Bellevue Forward is a nonpartisan, citywide, grassroots coalition of community members dedicated to a progressive, long-term vision for the city of Bellevue. We have organized as a 501c4 not-for-profit community organization that is registered with the state of Washington. We are dedicated to the future of Bellevue and intend to play a positive role advancing Bellevue's interests. We currently have almost 200 business and neighborhood leaders who have joined with 6 former mayors to create this new organization, and we've done it in just a couple of months, actually. We believe that implementation of the city's vision, which calls for sustainable growth, long-term economic vitality, and infrastructure investment, is critical to the city's future. Move Bellevue Forward is actively advocating for these principles. We support the proposed light rail investment in Bellevue, and we see it as a key part of the city's long-range solution to mobility for our citizens and our businesses. To most Bellevue residents, light rail alignment is at best an academic issue. Bellevue residents voted for light rail, and they think it's coming. They have no idea that the preferred alignment is in jeopardy, however. With the current controversy in the news, the community is waking up to what the City Council majority has been advocating for, and our membership is growing. Members of Move Bellevue Forward understand how important Sound Transit's preferred alignment is to the East Side and Bellevue's future, and particularly to downtown Bellevue's future. We know tough choices will need to be made in order to achieve a successful light rail outcome for our community. We believe the City Council needs to work collaboratively with Sound Transit to make the B2M segment alignment and the tunnel in downtown Bellevue happen. Move Bellevue Forward wants to add our voices to what has been a fairly silent majority of people in Bellevue, and encourage the city and Sound Transit to work cooperatively to deliver the best transit system for Bellevue given the available dollars. We want light rail, and we will work hard to add our positive voice to the discussion. I would like to introduce now former Mayor and Sound Transit Vice Chair, Connie Marshall.
Good afternoon. It's really nice to see all of you again and get hugs around the table. And first, before I begin, because I work for the federal government, I just want to say that I took time off work to be here, so that's not questioned in the future. And I would also like to say thank you. Thank you for all of your patience with our community. I'm really sorry for how some members in our community have been behaving, and I know things haven't been easy for you these past few months. But I also know, because I served with many of you, that you are capable of making tough decisions. Long-term decisions that are right for communities where Sound Transit passes through. I'm counting on that when you make your alignment decision for Bellevue. We are here because we disagree with the Bellevue Council's majority position on light rail. We believe that their proposed alignment is ill-advised, results in the waste of scarce city resources, and is overly adversarial. We fear that the city is fighting the wrong battle, fighting over alignment when it should be focused on optimizing the light rail investment, working on mitigating impacts on our neighborhoods, and obtaining funding for downtown tunnel. We are disappointed with the city's work on light rail, and we know that they are sending very mixed messages to this board. That's why we're here today, to add our voices to what the correct alignment should be for the Bellevue community. And let me just say, we agree with you. We are grateful that you have kept the downtown tunnel on the table, and we ask that you continue to move forward with the B2M alignment in South Bellevue and with the C9T tunnel in downtown. We understand that there's a $300 million funding gap for the tunnel and that the city and Sound Transit must reach agreement on a funding solution for the tunnel. We are encouraging them to do that. We also recognize that the more expensive B7 route preferred by the City Council majority and a tunnel in downtown are not financially feasible for Sound Transit. We do not support the city's B7R study. And we think that cities should instead be working collaboratively with Sound Transit to develop a mitigation plan for the preferred alignment and a funding plan for the downtown tunnel. Move Bellevue Forward is working with city leaders to achieve this end. We want you to know that there are a lot of people in Bellevue who support this project, and Move Bellevue Forward is working hard to help make their voices heard. Move Bellevue Forward supports the idea of the city working collaboratively with Sound Transit and is called out in the Bellevue's Light Rail Best Practices document. Collaboration will achieve the best outcome for Bellevue, the East Side, and the region. We ask that you do not delay this project. Please continue to move forward as planned with EastLink. Again, I'd like to say thank you, Sound Transit Board, for your leadership and good stewardship of the EastLink project. We very much appreciate the work you are doing to expand light rail in the region and in our community. It is now my pleasure to introduce Terry Lukens, former mayor of Bellevue and former member of Metro, the predecessor organization of Sound Transit. Terry is also Move Bellevue Forward's vice president.
Thank you. I would also add I'm one of the original members of the COP until I was appointed to the bench in 2005. I want to share a few more of our views on the EastLink project. The proposed light rail investment in Bellevue is arguably the most significant capital investment the city is going to see in the next 20 years. The investment is going to help the city manage congestion as it grows and provide a critical travel option for people living and working in the region who need a fast and reliable transportation option. While serving on the Bellevue City Council, Connie and I worked very hard helping our community understand the significance of what it would mean to have light rail run through the city, connecting us to the rest of the region. The community responded and voted 58% in favor of bringing light rail to and through Bellevue. Voters in Bellevue understand the importance of light rail and support it. Move Bellevue Forward feels that the position advanced by the current council majority is taking the city in the wrong direction. Quite frankly, the council's current position will not serve the city as well as Sound Transit's proposed alignment, has lower ridership than the preferred alternative, will have more environmental impacts adversely affecting the Mercer Slough, will directly impact more residents than the preferred alignment, and will cost more than the preferred alignment. And ultimately, it jeopardizes the city's ability to find the funding necessary to support the tunnel investment, which is critical to downtown. We recognize that there is no perfect alignment, but the Bellevue Way 112th alignment serves the city best, is the least costly, and has the fewest environmental risks, and keeps the tunnel funding on the table. Move Bellevue Forward has advanced the following principles related to light rail in Bellevue. The ultimate alignment for Bellevue must be affordable, with existing Sound Transit and City of Bellevue funding, and capable of being built within the anticipated timeline. It must have the fewest environmental impacts and the lowest construction risk. It must serve our neighborhoods, downtown, the hospital district, and the Bell Red area in ways that maximize access and ridership. And it must yield sufficient savings to provide for the supplemental funding necessary for the tunnel option. And finally, it must serve downtown via a tunnel. That's why we urge the city and Sound Transit to change the focus from looking at alternative alignments and instead invest resources to identify effective mitigation measures that address construction and operational impacts on the Bellevue Way 112th alignment. You must develop the tunnel full funding agreement to ensure the tunnel is built, and it must move forward as expeditiously as possible to construct this critically needed transportation improvement. Move Bellevue Forward has a broad cross-section of Bellevue business and community leaders representing neighborhoods across the city. We expect our organization to continue to grow with even deeper business and neighborhood support for the progressive long-term agenda for Bellevue. And we as a group look forward to the continuing dialogue with the city and Sound Transit. And if you want to find out more, you can look at www.movebellevueforward.org. Thank you for your time.
Thank you all. Ms. Marshall, nice to see you again. Moving on to item number 7, our consent agenda. Today's consent agenda includes 9 items. We have the minutes